In 2025, PS5 is bringing at least 15 exclusives, and as many gamers say, some are already making waves as Game of the Year contenders. And I'm not just talking about Death Stranding 2 or the new sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Today, we'll break down what you can play right now and what's still on the horizon. Let's dive in. And we're starting with a game dropping this July. Honestly, this is how female characters in games should look. No wonder we're going to be spending even more time in them. You know what I mean. Code Violet is coming exclusively to PlayStation 5, offering a tense blend of action and horror with a dinosaur twist. Developed by Team Kill Media, the studio behind Quantum Error, the game drops players into the shoes of Violet Sinclair, a woman abruptly pulled from her own time and thrust into the heart of the Aeon Bioengineering Complex, a facility now crawling with genetically engineered dinosaurs and shadowy secrets. The year is the 25th century. Earth has been devastated by catastrophe, and the last remnants of humanity have fled to the distant world of Trappist-1E. Facing extinction due to sterility, the Aeon colony resorts to time travel, extracting women from different eras to ensure the survival of the species. Violet's story is one of survival and unraveling conspiracy. With evacuation protocols in effect, she must navigate claustrophobic corridors, evade or confront deadly velociraptors, a towering tyrannosaurus, and other monstrous threats, all while piecing together the true motives of the enigmatic director overseeing the complex. The gameplay focuses on third-person exploration, stealth, and resourceful combat. Players can choose to hide, run, or fight, with every encounter feeling unpredictable and dangerous. The developers promise a cinematic experience, with richly detailed environments and dynamic lighting that heighten the tension at every turn. What sets Code Violet apart is its commitment to narrative depth and atmospheric immersion. The story isn't just about escaping dinosaurs, it's about trust, sacrifice, and the consequences of playing God with life itself. The decision to keep the game exclusive to PS5, avoiding a PC release, reflects the team's desire to protect their artistic vision and maintain a controlled experience for players. With its July 2025 launch on the horizon, Code Violet is poised to become a standout for fans of survival horror and anyone longing for a fresh take on the dinosaur genre. Alright, now for the top-tier stuff. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is Hideo Kojima's next wild ride, hitting PS5 on June 26, 2025. You're Sam Porter Bridges, now weathered and gray, on a mission to unite humanity in a broken world battered by time-altering storms and ghostly creatures. This open-world adventure builds on the first game's connection theme, mixing delivery runs with intense combat and exploration across deserts, drowned cities, and tar-covered wastes. Expect smoother travel with jetpacks and water-ready vehicles, plus beefier combat. Think sniper rifles and rocket launchers to fend off cultists and massive monsters. The story, reshaped post-COVID to dodge real-world parallels, digs into isolation and hope, promising a 30-plus-hour emotional journey. Kojima's weirdness is in full force. Picture musical puppet shows, a photo mode that tweaks the story, and bizarre gadgets like floating carriers. You'll explore dynamic landscapes where rain shifts terrain, and share roads or zip lines with players online, building a global network. Trailers show off jaw-dropping visuals, with Unreal Engine 5 bringing alien beaches and neon skies to life, paired with a haunting soundtrack. Fans of the first part of the game are hyped for the cinematic flair and bold ideas, though some wonder if it'll still feel like a walking simulator. The Collector's Edition offers early access and a cool statue of Sam's ship. Death Stranding 2 looks like Kojima Unleashed, a strange, heartfelt trek that'll make you rethink what games can do, all while carrying humanity's weight on your back. Project the Perceiver is an open-world action RPG that transports players to a mystical version of ancient China, where conflicting ideals and chaos shape the land. You play as a lone swordsman given a second chance at life through a mysterious mask, embarking on a journey to uncover the truth behind a world torn by war and strange omens. The story explores deep themes about belief, conviction, and the cost of choices. The gameplay blends precise sword combat inspired by Sekiro with fluid exploration and acrobatics reminiscent of Ghost of Tsushima. Combat focuses on timing, parrying, and counterattacks, rewarding skillful play. A unique mask system lets you absorb the ideals and abilities of defeated enemies, unlocking new combat styles and strategies. This mechanic encourages players to tailor their approach to different challenges. The world is vast and beautifully crafted, featuring lush landscapes, ancient temples, and intriguing characters with their own agendas. The journey is open-ended with secrets and lore scattered throughout, enriching the narrative. Supernatural elements add depth, granting the protagonist special powers and traversal options. Launching on PS5 and PS4, Project the Perceiver offers a fresh take on the action RPG genre, combining atmospheric storytelling with dynamic combat for players seeking both challenge and meaning. Ghost of Yotei is Sucker Punch's bold follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima, dropping on October 2nd, 2025, and it's shaping up to be a heart-pounding journey. You play as Atsu, a young woman forged in tragedy, hunting the Yotei Six, a ruthless gang that slaughtered her family and left her for dead under a burning ginkgo tree. Set in 1603, in the untamed wilds of Ezo, the game thrusts you into sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and volcanic slopes beneath Mount Yotei's looming shadow. Expect the same open-world freedom that made Tsushima a hit, but dialed up with new weapons like chain sickles, muskets, and dual katanas, plus refined stealth and combat that let you carve your own path. The world feels alive with dynamic seasons. Think cherry blossoms fading to icy winds, and animals like wolves and horses shaping your journey. Atsu's quest for revenge drives a non-linear story where you pick which gang member to hunt, each choice rippling through the narrative. The visuals built from scratch for next-gen, stun with aurora-lit skies and windswept fields, paired with a soulful soundtrack blending Ainu chants and shamisen strums. Lovers of Asian aesthetics buzzing about the richer player choice and cultural depth, though some worry the open world might feel too familiar. Pre-orders kick off May 2nd with a collector's edition packed with a ghost mask replica and papercraft tree. Ghost of Yotei looks like a raw, gorgeous tale of vengeance, one that'll have you stalking foes through snowstorms, haunted by the weight of every kill. Exilage is gearing up to be one of the flashiest new shooters, promising a high-octane blend of third-person gunplay and stylish melee action. Built on Unreal Engine 5 and part of Sony's China Hero project, the game instantly grabs attention with its sleek visuals and fluid character movement. At its core, Exilage is all about speed. You dash, leap, and weave through futuristic arenas, switching between firearms and close-range weapons in the blink of an eye. The combat system encourages constant motion and tactical improvisation, letting you chain together ranged attacks and slashing combos for maximum impact. Players step into the boots of a protagonist armed with a dual-weapon loadout and a suite of special abilities that can be triggered mid-fight to turn the tide. Whether you're blasting through waves of enemies or facing off against towering bosses, every encounter is designed to test your reflexes and adaptability. The game's art direction leans into sci-fi spectacle, with glowing cityscapes, mechanical monstrosities, and explosive effects lighting up the screen. Each level feels handcrafted for intense cinematic showdowns. While Exilage draws inspiration from genre heavyweights, it carves out its own identity with a focus on momentum and player expression. The developers are aiming for a gameplay loop that stays fresh, mixing fast-paced shooting with hack-and-slash flair. Early impressions from demo events highlight the game's impressive production values and satisfying combat flow, though some wonder if the spectacle can sustain itself over a full campaign. Still, with its commitment to adrenaline-fueled action and next-gen presentation, Exilage is shaping up to be a must-watch title for PS5 owners craving something bold and energetic. Now let's talk about what you can play right now. Days Gone Remastered brings Ben's Studio's open-world survival epic to PS5 with enhanced visuals and new gameplay features, offering both longtime fans and newcomers a fresh way to experience Deacon St. John's post-apocalyptic journey. The remaster improves lighting, textures, and environmental details, with especially noticeable enhancements in dark scenes where shadows and atmosphere feel richer and more immersive. Players can choose between quality mode for higher resolution or performance mode for smoother frame rates, while Tempest 3D audio and DualSense haptics deepen immersion, making every bike ride and gunfight more tactile. New modes like Permadeath, Speedrun, and Horde Assault add replayability and challenge, giving players fresh reasons to dive back into the broken road. Despite these upgrades, some players note that the graphical improvements aren't revolutionary, with the core experience feeling largely similar to the PS4 original. Technical issues and occasional bugs also affect the experience for some. Overall, Days Gone Remastered has received positive reviews on PS5, praised for its atmospheric world, engaging story, and added content, making it the definitive version for fans wanting to revisit or discover this survival adventure. Phantom Blade Zero is S-Game's love letter to martial arts mayhem, set to storm PS5 and PC in 2025. Imagine a dark, sprawling realm where ancient Chinese mysticism crashes into steampunk chaos. Crumbling pagodas, neon-lit slums, and machine-driven fortresses create a haunting backdrop. You're an outcast assassin, cursed with just 66 days to live, driven by a burning need to uncover who framed you for a brutal betrayal. The game's soul is its blistering combat. Every swing of a curved blade, flick of a chain whip, or clash of dual knives feels like choreography from a classic kung fu epic. You'll weave through enemies with split-second dodges, parry devastating blows, or unleash supernatural strikes that halt foes in their tracks. Exploration unfolds across interconnected regions packed with hidden paths and towering bosses, each fight a test of skill and reflex. A demo showed off razor-sharp mechanics, but stumbled with minor glitches, which the team is now polishing. With no firm release date yet, just a 2025 window, Phantom Blade Zero promises a relentless, stylish saga that'll have you slicing through shadows, chasing truth in a world that's as beautiful as it is deadly. Fair Game is an upcoming multiplayer heist game from Haven Studios that turns high-risk robberies into intense PvP showdowns. Set in a near-future world obsessed with wealth and power, players join underground crews competing to pull off the most daring heists against the ultra-rich. This isn't your typical stealth mission. Expect fast-paced action, teamwork, and unpredictable twists as rival teams clash in real time. The game emphasizes verticality and creative problem-solving, with environments designed for scaling buildings, bypassing security systems, and improvising when plans go off track. Each character has unique skills and gadgets, encouraging diverse playstyles and strategies. Success depends on communication, quick thinking, and adapting to ever-changing scenarios. What makes Fair Game stand out is its focus on emergent gameplay and replayability. The vibrant art style and rebellious tone give the game a fresh energy inspired by modern urban culture. Currently in development, Fair Game Pilsen is planned for release on PS5 and PC. It promises to be a thrilling addition to the live service multiplayer scene, perfect for players who crave competitive chaos and creative teamwork. After a decade of anticipation, Lost Soul Aside is finally set to launch on August 29th for PS5 and PC. What began as a solo passion project by Yang Bing, who drew inspiration from Final Fantasy and Devil May Cry, has grown into a flagship title under Sony's China Hero project, developed by the expanded Ultizero Games team. The game promises a fast-paced, stylish action RPG experience with a unique sci-fi fantasy twist. You play as Kaiser, a skilled swordsman bonded with a mysterious entity named Arena, granting him the power to summon weapons and unleash fluid, high-speed combos. Combat blends swordplay, elemental attacks, and acrobatics, rewarding creativity and mastery. Gameplays showcase dazzling anime-inspired battles with energy blades, aerial dashes, and spectacular finishers, evoking the spirit of classic action games but with a fresh, futuristic edge. Visually, Lost Soul Aside is impressive. Built on Unreal Engine with vibrant, detailed environments ranging from neon-lit ruins to sweeping plains, the story remains shrouded in mystery but hints at themes of redemption and conflict in a war-torn world. After years of hype, Lost Soul Aside is poised to become one of 2025's most exciting action RPGs, blending cinematic spectacle with deep gameplay. Where Winds Meet is a sprawling epic from Everstone Studio, ready to sweep you into the chaos of ancient China's Five Dynasties era when it lands in 2025. Picture a world of jagged peaks, windswept plains, and misty villages stretching across 20 square kilometers, where you're a wandering martial artist seeking answers about your lost past. The gameplay is pure freedom. Forge your own fighting style with blades, spears, or even a twirling umbrella, chaining acrobatic combos or mystical moves like gliding over lakes or pinning foes with acupuncture darts. Stealth lets you ghost through lantern-lit markets, while choices shape your tale. Save a monk from bandits or join the raid, and watch the consequences unfold. The world feels alive, with storms rolling in and NPCs bartering in bustling towns. You can roam solo for a 100+ hour saga, or team up with 3 friends for co-op duels, or dive into PvP arenas for chaotic showdowns. Powered by the Messiah engine, the visuals pop with golden sunsets and rippling rivers, and DualSense haptics make every sword clash sing. After a China-only beta wowed millions, the global closed beta hits May 16 to 19, 2025, promising a polished experience. Some players hope the devs nail the balance, as early builds felt rough around the edges. With echoes of Sekiro's precision and Ghost of Tsushima's beauty, Where Winds Meet is poised to be a martial arts odyssey that'll have you leaping cliffs and crafting legends, one duel at a time. AI Limit is a tough action RPG set in a grim post-apocalyptic city where humanity fights to survive against rising artificial threats. You play as Arisa, a mysterious blader with a hidden past, exploring the ruined city of Havenswell to uncover secrets and find hope. The world is corrupted by a substance called mud, which affects both the environment and your growing powers. The combat takes clear inspiration from Souls-like games, demanding precise timing, dodging, and a mix of light and heavy attacks. A standout feature is the sync rate system. Landing hits increases your sync rate, boosting damage and unlocking powerful skills, but taking hits lowers it, leaving you exposed. Without a stamina bar, aggressive play is rewarded, though mistakes can be punishing. Boss fights vary from massive foes to unique duels with other bladers, offering memorable challenges. Exploration is non-linear, with intricate levels full of shortcuts and hidden lore that bring the world to life. The city feels vibrant despite its decay, encouraging players to explore carefully. While the game suffers from occasional bugs and animation issues, it has received positive reviews and solid scores on Steam, praised for its atmosphere, challenging gameplay, and deep story. AI Limit offers a fresh, sci-fi flavored take on the Souls-like formula, making it a must-play for fans of difficult, immersive action RPGs. Ballad of Antara is emerging as one of the most captivating action RPGs set for this year, combining a dark fantasy narrative with an innovative dual-world gameplay mechanic. Developed by a studio with experience in creating atmospheric RPGs, this free-to-play title will debut on PlayStation 5. The world of Antara is shattered by an ancient disaster. Mysterious essences have been stolen by a supernatural mist, dividing reality into two overlapping realms, the familiar everyday world and a distorted, eerie dimension known as Para. Every location exists in both forms, with Para revealing strange environments, altered foes, and hidden secrets that transform the player's experience. Players assume the role of various emissaries, each bringing unique classes, combat styles, and personal stories to the adventure. Whether tackling challenges alone or teaming up in 3-player cooperative mode, the game offers deep, Souls-like combat paired with exploration-driven level design. New regions introduce diverse biomes, rich lore, and carefully crafted dungeons and encounters that reward skill and curiosity. Central to the story is a young girl whose destiny is intertwined with the restoration of Antara. As players gather allies and uncover the mysteries behind the mist, they will confront divine beings and make impactful choices that shape the world's fate. Ballad of Antara stands out not only for its haunting atmosphere and striking visuals, but also for its promise of ongoing new content, including new characters, story chapters, and zones, ensuring the adventure will continue to grow after launch. Daba Land of Waterscar is an atmospheric action RPG that combines challenging Souls-like combat with a mysterious, richly detailed world. You take on the role of a humanoid clay puppet, brought to life and tasked with collecting scattered water fragments to save a dying land. The game invites players to explore diverse environments, from ancient cities and forgotten ruins to eerie forests and snowy plains, each filled with secrets and dangers. The story unfolds gradually as you defeat powerful enemies and gather water fragments, revealing the world's tragic past and the puppet's origins. World traversal is open-ended, encouraging players to discover hidden paths and uncover lore at their own pace. The interconnected world design rewards curiosity and careful planning. Combat is precise and demanding, requiring mastery of dodges, parries, and combos to overcome relentless foes and massive bosses. Every fight tests your skill and patience, making victories feel truly earned. The gameplay balances risk and reward, pushing players to adapt and improve continuously. Visually, Daba impresses with its haunting art style and detailed environments powered. It promises a deep, immersive experience for fans of tough, story-rich action RPGs. Set for release on PS5 in 2025, Daba Land of Waterscar is poised to become a standout title for those seeking a dark and captivating adventure. Unending Dawn is an upcoming open-world action RPG that promises a unique blend of atmospheric storytelling and challenging combat. Developed by Parksay's Fate Studio using Unreal Engine 5, the game draws inspiration from titles like Elden Ring and Sekiro, crafting a mysterious world scarred by the day of Unending Dawn, a cataclysm that painted the sky with strange colors, bringing both blessings and curses. You play as a wanderer who walks the path of cognition, marked by a color curse that shapes your abilities and fate. Players choose between the red of war, blue of eternity, or gold of destiny, each path unlocking distinct powers and influencing the story's outcome. The world is rich with secrets, ancient ruins, and supernatural threats lurking in every corner. Combat is precise and demanding, requiring mastery of dodges, parries, and a variety of weapons to overcome relentless foes and massive bosses. Roaming is equally rewarding, with dynamic weather, hidden lore, and breathtaking landscapes that invite players to immerse themselves fully. Unending Dawn stands out for its innovative use of color as both a gameplay mechanic and narrative theme, weaving a tale of hope, sacrifice, and destiny. Launching on PS5, PC, and mobile, it aims to captivate fans of deep, atmospheric action RPGs. Project Jinyiwei invites players into the turbulent world of late Ming Dynasty China, where loyalty and betrayal shape the fate of the empire. Developed by Kangmo Game Entertainment on Unreal Engine 5, this action RPG combines stealth, martial arts, and a gripping story rooted in historical intrigue. You play as a lowborn protagonist drawn into a deadly conspiracy, forced to master both shadow and sword to survive. The game's world is richly detailed, from crowded marketplaces to grand palaces and hidden alleys. Exploration is rewarded, with secrets and dangers around every corner. Stealth plays a key role. You'll sneak across rooftops, hide in shadows, and perform silent takedowns while managing resources like true chi and inner breath. Combat demands precision parrying, dodging, and counterattacking create tense, skillful encounters that feel like a dance of blades. Beyond action, Project Jinyiwei offers a narrative full of moral complexity. Choices affect alliances and outcomes, while side quests deepen character relationships. Weapon variety and customization allow players to shape their own fighting style, whether subtle or direct. This game isn't just a visual showcase, it's a living world where every decision counts. For fans of historical drama and tactical combat, Project Jinyiwei promises to be a standout PS5 exclusive in 2025. With this lineup, PlayStation is clearly aiming to make 2025 its strongest year yet. But Xbox isn't sitting still. Claire Obscur Expedition 33 just launched and has already topped the charts, becoming one of the highest rated and best-selling games of the year. If you want to see how the competition stacks up, check out my full review of the top Xbox releases, the links in the pinned comment. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay in the loop on the hottest games. And tell in the comments, what game are you personally looking forward to the most?